I'm out here in Mallorca tackling the Cap de Formentor on the tarmac, while Dave, he's in the virtual world with his virtual mates trying to beat my time. Reckon the virtual world is going to give him a hand? Well, let's go find out. The Cap de Formentor is one of the most famous routes on the island, and for good reason. The scenery is magical, the route's amazing, and there's countless opportunities to take some photos. Do come and enjoy it. Don't do what I'm doing, which is coming to pin myself against Dave. Talking of pinning myself against Dave, I should probably get ready to tackle him on in the real world versus the virtual world. Let's go for that.
The Cap de Formentor is one of 12 real roads in RGT, and what that means, it's been recreated with the scenery and the profile that you'd find outdoors. I've set up my ride as a race. That means anyone can join and we all start at once. I'm hoping I'll have some wheels to hide behind along the way. Got my Cannondale Topstone here on a Saris H3 trainer and an MP1 Infinity platform for maximum realism indoors.
Well, Dave's got a pretty sweet indoor setup. I can't really complain. Got the Cannondale Synapse 2RL, going for marginal gains, taking the smart sense out. It's not as an aggressive bike as I would normally ride. However, I reckon it's a pretty versatile bike, and I'm looking forward to seeing how well it performs. Here we go, Cap de Formentor. Right, let's go. 3, 2, 1. We're starting on the seafront, just like Dave would in RGT. I think he's got a bit of an advantage here. I don't exactly want to be hooning it down here. It's a bit busier than on the general roads.
Okay, we're off. Racing online is always a bit frantic at the start, so let's hope I can stay with some of the faster riders. They'll give me a bit of a tow across the flat bit at the start to the bottom of the first climb. Then it's time to settle in, get my rhythm up to the top of the col. I've had a look at the profile, it looks pretty steady, but I know I'm going to have to work hard to get some time before the road goes uphill, because I know that Brad can climb more quickly than I can.
I don't think Dave has to deal with speed bumps.
With an effort this short, it's really important to get your nutrition in early so that it kicks in before the end of the race. I took a couple of Energy Rush caffeine pills for the start. I'm hoping they'll be good for the second half. And I've got an energy gel. I'm going to take about 20 minutes in. That should see me through the final climb. Okay, well, I'm pushing as hard as I can, but I knew I was never going to be the fastest up this climb. I'm trying to do about 4 watts per kilo, but I know Brad can go harder than that. I'm just trying to stay with the people that are around me, so I've got some people to race with through the second half of the race. Nearly at the top of the climb now. It's a few K downhill. Will I be quicker than Brad in RGT, or is it faster descending in the real world? I just don't know.
The descent's lovely, gives you a bit of a break, and then you hit the ramp up again. Take as much time as you need on that descent. Enjoy it if you can. It's a lovely route up here. This is a change of pace. You get a nice little break in the middle. You first bit out to the car park, then you drop down, and then it's all like gradual. Now, I'm just looking at the profile. This is a proper spike.
on the final few hairpins up to the lighthouse now. I'm completely spent. Just a few 100 meters to go. I just need to dig deep, get this done.
We're the camera crew shooting these videos with Brad.
Yeah, we've hit a bit of a roadblock. We were driving up, shooting Brad. He's hooned on ahead, so hopefully he'll complete it.
Woo! Made it to the top. I feel like I could have done a better effort, but to be honest, I don't really care. These views are insane. Look at this. Unreal. Unfortunately, the camera crew couldn't make it up. That's why I'm doing this last little bit for my phone.
So,
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh man, honestly, this is amazing. I'm gutted they couldn't be up here, but I guess we'll have to wait and see how Dave does. Now that's done with, it'd be a shame to come out and complete this route and not show off its true beauty, the real reason people come here. Should we go have a look at it properly?
So Brad, one of the benefits of doing it indoors is that, you know, the road's never closed.
Yes, there was a road closure, which I'm sure you saw, which I think hampered me somewhat because there was a bit of confusion as to what to do, but I wasn't going to do another 44-minute effort, giving it away there, but my time was just over 44 minutes. What about yourself?
43:05.
Maybe it was the road closure.
Maybe it was the road closure. I think partly it was that, partly it's the fact that I was in a race.
Yeah.
So on the one hand, you're racing people, so you just go that bit harder. And on the other hand, in RGT, you get quite a significant watt saving if you're sitting in a pack. I mean, up to like 120, 150 watts.
No way.
Yeah. So it's properly like sitting in.
Yeah.
And over the first bit, when everyone's going fast, because everyone's always fast out the blocks, aren't they, in the online races, battering across that flat bit to the climb, we were doing 50k an hour, but I was just sitting in the wheels. It's really easy.
Well, there's where Dave made all up his time, because when I was at the start, I was on a cycle path and I didn't want to be that idiot smashing it down the cycle path. So I was quite courteous. I had traffic when I was coming out the port. So I didn't really start it properly, but overall, I mean, yeah, it looks quite similar. You kind of get different experiences, don't you?
Yeah, absolutely. And it's one of the real roads on RGT. So the scenery is very much like the actual road. You can see the similarities when you look at the video. And
do you get that sense, well, you might do, you might not do, but for me, the route is, there's a reason it's so popular. There's two sides to it, really. You kind of have that first bit up to the midpoint out of the port, and then you get to descend and really enjoy that descent. And then you're in like a wooded area, and it's kind of like two different climbs, but in one route, and I can really understand why it's so popular.
Yeah, it's a beautiful route, and the finish is just spectacular.
Yes, and well, as mentioned before, the closure at the end, but it does mean you get to enjoy the last kind of 4 or 5k without any traffic, and you get that kind of sense of just going out to the top, to the peak, see the lighthouse, looking back on everything. It's beautiful and stunning altogether. And what about your nutrition? What do you do for a 43-minute effort?
A bit of a caffeine pill beforehand and a neck of gel about halfway through just to get me through that last bit. I don't know about you.
Yeah, I also had a Named Sport gel. It was one to start with, and then on the descent halfway through, one there, get me up to that last bit, kind of did the job, just get as much caffeine in me as possible. So I guess on this occasion, it's congratulations to Dave.
Yes, it is, although we've got a Sacalobra climb video coming where I think I might suffer greatly at your hand.
We'll have to wait and see, we'll have to wait and see.
Thanks for watching. If you've got any questions about cycling Mallorca, ask them in the comments below. And if you want to see Brad and I taking on the 312 kilometre 312 route in Mallorca, there's that video coming up now. Cheers.